Good morning, students. Myself Bharat Kumar Allen, lecturer, Department of Zoology, Kalpataru First Grade Science College, Tipto. Today, I am going to discuss about comparative account of pectoral girdle of amphibian, bird, and mammal under the unit comparative anatomy. Today, what I am going to discuss the topic pectoral girdle of amphibian or frog, pectoral girdle of bird or pigeon, pectoral girdle of mammal or rabbit is same for practical as well as theory. Before going to the pectoral girdle, let us know about endoskeleton. Already you know that endoskeleton is the internal skeletal framework of the body present in all living vertebrates. And here endoskeleton is anatomically divided into axial skeleton and appendicular skeleton. Axial skeleton is one which having the skeletal elements on the central axis of the body. For example, skull, vertebral column. Similarly, appendicular skeleton, which is one having the skeletal elements on the transfer axis of the body. And here, pectoral girdle is directly or indirectly attached to the axial skeleton, and it is a skeletal framework of the body wall located in the thoracic region. It provides support to the bones of the forelimb. In addition to that, it protects inner soft parts of the thoracic region, and also it provides surface area for the attachment of muscles. Pectoral girdle is made up of three skeletal elements, namely coracoid, scapula, and clavicle. Okay, now coming to the pectoral girdle of amphibian or frog. In this diagram, you can see the location of all three skeletal elements, that is scapula, coracoid as well as clavicle. Okay, now coming to the pectoral girdle of amphibian. It consists of two similar halves which are united midventrally and separated dorsally. In the previous diagram, you can see the dorsal as well as ventral view. The current view is ventral, opposite to that one is dorsal view. And here, each half of the pectoral girdle consists of dorsal scapular portion and ventral coracoid portion. Coming to the dorsal scapular portion. The dorsal scapular portion comprises suprascapula as well as scapula. Suprascapula is a thin cartilaginous plate-like structure found on the dorsal side of the pectoral girdle, whereas scapula is a bony plate having cup-like cavity known as glenoid cavity, where the head of humerus bone fits and articulates. Coming to the coracoid portion forms the ventral side. Coracoid portion consists of clavicle, coracoid, precoracoid and epicoracoid. Clavicle and coracoid meet mid-ventrally with the sternum, which is also called as breastbone. And here, sternum further consists of episternum, followed by homosternum, followed by mesosternum and xiphisternum. Episternum is a flat, large circular cartilaginous structure which is found above, which is followed by homosternum. Here homosternum forms a rod-like structure. Anterior end of the homosternum is fused with the episternum, whereas posterior end of the homosternum is fused with the clavicle, which is followed by mesosternum, once again which is a cartilaginous structure which lies behind the coracoid, which is followed by xiphisternum, which is a once again large circular structure which is found at the distal end of the mesosternum. Coming to the pectoral girdle of bird or pigeon. Pectoral girdle of bird is a stout bony structure connected with sternum, which is also called as breastbone on both sides, and it supports four limbs like humerus, radius and ulna. Pectoral girdle in case of bird consists of two equal hulls, each half of the pectoral girdle which in turn made up of three bone elements, namely scapula, coracoid, clavicle. Now coming to the scapula. Scapula is a long flat bone. At the anterior side of the scapula is firmly united with the coracoid bone. The outer side of the scapula anteriorly has a depression called as glenoid cavity, into which the head of humerus bone fits and articulates. Coming to the coracoid. Coracoid is a short straight bone which articulates at lateral edge of the sternum, which is also called as breastbone. The upper end of the coracoid on its inner side articulates with the scapula, whereas the upper or anterior end of the coracoid is produced into acrocoracoid process. Next, clavicles. Clavicles are a pair of slender bones connected by their expanded upper ends with coracoid and scapula. Ventrally, the two clavicles are fused with the interclavicles to form disc known as furcula, which is also called as Mary Thought bone, or we can also call it as wishbone. Coming to the last one, pectoral girdle of mammal or rabbit. In case of mammal, the pectoral girdle consists of two separate halves which are not united unlike that of amphibian and bird. Each half of the pectoral girdle, which in turn consists of clavicle and scapula coracoid. The scapula coracoid is a large, flat and triangular bone. You can see in the diagram. The apex of the scapula is directed downwards and terminates below into a concave glenoid cavity which receives the head of humerus bone. Overhanging the glenoid cavity is a small hook-like structure known as coracoid process. Outer surface of the scapula has prominent vertical ridge which is also called as spine. The outer surface of the scapula has a prominent vertical ridge known as spine. The spine terminates below into an acromion process, which you can see in the diagram. The acromion process gives off a large metaacromion process. The dorsal edge of the scapula has a thin strip of cartilage called as suprascapula. That also you can see in the diagram. Coming to the last, clavicle. Clavicle is a slender curved bone. One end of the clavicle articulates with the manubrium of the sternum, whereas the other end of the clavicle articulates with the acromion process of the scapula. In the last, you came to know that there will be a variation in the structure of pectoral girdle from one group of organisms to another group of organism, even though the pectoral girdle is made up of same bone components like scapula, coracoid and clavicle. And here, the variation in the structure is due to mode of life in which they exist. For example, in case of rabbit, the pectoral girdle helps for running as well as burrowing purposes. Similarly, in case of bird, the pectoral girdle mainly assists in the flight.